North Korea is years away from a nuclear missile, Russian official claims after ICBM test. Russian Deputy Foreign Minister Sergei Ryabkov played down concerns about North Korea's nuclear capability after the secret state launched an intercontinental ballistic missile, ICBM, on Friday. Mr. Ryabkov said, "I think we are years and years away from a moment they can weaponize. What they are testing are quite primitive devices which require months for preparation, and which are essentially pieces of equipment with all sorts of wires and additional elements around, which simply cannot be put on top of any missile." Following Friday's launch, Russian officials claimed that North Korea's rocket was only an intermediate-range ballistic missile, ICBM, but Kim Jong-un boasted that his weapons could strike any mainland U.S. city. Mr. Ryabkov comments come as a former British ambassador to North Korea warned that the UK should be very worried about Kim Jong-un's nuclear weapons ambitions. John Everard, who is also a former coordinator of the United Nations panel of experts on sanctions against North Korea, told LBC, "They are developing their missiles much faster than the experts were telling us a year ago, and that they are serious about this." Remember, not long ago, the Pentagon thought it would take the North Koreans 2 or 3 years to be able to put a nuclear device on top of an intercontinental ballistic missile. 2 days ago they came out rather red-faced and said actually they've now changed, that they think maybe sometime next year, it's getting quite close. Responding to North Korea's recent missile test, Boris Johnson declared that the UK will confront the growing threat of Kim Jong-un's rogue state. Mr. Johnson said, "The UK strongly condemns North Korea's second test of an intercontinental ballistic missile and calls on the regime to immediately stop all activity that breaches UN Security Council resolutions." The UK will stand alongside our allies and partners, as we confront the growing threat North Korea poses to regional and international security. Once again, North Korea shows no regard for its international obligations. We urge the DPRK regime to put the well-being of its own people ahead of the illegal pursuit of nuclear and ballistic missile programs. Satellite images over North Korea's Punggye nuclear test facility reveal chilling activity at the site, showing that Pyongyang may be edging closer to becoming a fully fledged nuclear nation. But Russia has been repeatedly cautious about imposing further sanctions on North Korea, and in May, Vladimir Putin called for Donald Trump to remain restrained over the issue. Mr. Ryabkov said, "We are in the process of discussing a draft resolution for the UN Security Council that would take further measures, and we are prepared to do so, but this resolution should not equate measures that are targeted on stopping the illegal activities of Pyongyang in the area of nuclear weaponization and missile developments to the economic suffocation of the whole country." Here we have a red line which we should observe. We're hoping we will find a way forward collectively, cooperatively in New York at the Security Council, and we will continue our bilateral exchanges with Washington on this issue because it's very serious and it's dangerous. And we are concerned, because North Korea is very close to Russian borders.